I'm Dr. Canning. I've been in Canada since 1965, actually. When I was just almost 12 years old, I came from Hong Kong, where I was born, and I came on the plane alone. At that time, the plane actually has to make a stop in Vancouver, and then from Vancouver came to Toronto. No doubt at that time, I was a young person with no other adult accompanying me, could not speak the English, so it was a little scary travel at that time. But that's still a memorable experience because that was an opportunity for me to meet my parents. I was born in Hong Kong back in 1953. My mother was with me for about a year and a half. My father, actually, when I was in my mom's tummy, was actually already immigrant to Canada at that time. And trouble at that time was necessity that he came even before I was born. It's a long history of China, and the Chinese Exclusion Act at that time was still in place. Chinese were difficult to immigrate, was not accepted easily, and a lot of people actually have to make the opportunity to buy papers or pay so-called taxes to get to Canada. And that was the time for opportunity in Hong Kong and China in the 50s, the late 40s, and even to the 60s. We were actually not very good in the economic situation after the World War II and after the Civil War. My parents actually came from in southern China, in the Guangdong area. My father was actually from a village where most of the immigrants in North America came from, in that so-called Sayup, that's the former municipalities where Toi San and Hoi Ping, where we actually were located. So those small villages, and my mother was in Guangzhou city, which is the capital of the Guangdong province, southern capital. So she was relatively affluent family. My father was from the villages. It's not, but he went educated in Guangzhou. That's how they were met as well too. And so that was the opportunity for them to start a new life, and but they were forced to go to Hong Kong and start their new family there because of the Civil War, and then the Communist China took over, and there's quite a bit of unrest at that time. So that was the situation, and because the opportunity came, and he came, so I never met my father until when I first came to Canada. But in Hong Kong, I grew up with relatives